Who doesn't love a good story? Who doesn't love a great yarn? I think that the love of a story is in our DNA, and I think it goes back to sitting around the campfire and just the anticipation and the excitement of that prize storyteller. He comes and he sits down, or she comes and sits down, and everyone just quietens and they start to talk. And we are transported into another world, and we are entertained and we are fascinated. And I think that's what reading is. I think reading does that for us, and I think it's a progression from that storyteller. And it gives us, books give us that storyteller on tap, give us that storyteller at our fingertips.
For like a lot of years, my dad read to me before I went to bed, but after that I got into a lot of different types of books myself, so I just read to myself at night or whenever I could.
My earliest memory of reading would probably be borrowing a book from the library at my primary school. I can't remember the title of it, but it was a book by a guy called Victor Kelleher, and I think it was a fantasy novel from memory.
I think my earliest memory of reading, I think my parents were reading to me like The Famous Five, this series that they really loved as kids. And it was really fun because like it was like action, adventurous type of thing. And yeah, I found that really fun.
My name's Dane Smith. I'm the literacy coach at St Paul's College. A big part of my job here is to look at the literacy achievement amongst different groups of students within the college. And one thing that's pretty apparent is that boys are being outperformed by girls by a pretty significant margin. One of the contributing factors to that is a lack of engagement with boys and reading. And that's a problem because from reading, we don't just improve our skills in reading, but of course we also get skills and knowledge that we can apply not just in English, but in all subject areas across the school.
My name's Will Butler and I'm in Year 12. Reading these stories is so good, especially for me because I guess I'd like to call myself an imaginative person with all my filmmaking and videos, because with all these types of stories you have the different perspective of the author of his world or her world that they've created in this book or series of books, and your question is like, oh, why didn't you do it this way, or why did you see it that way? And that opens up new perspectives of these different stories.
Darren Love, mathematics phys ed teacher here at St Paul's, been here for 10 years and been doing it across a number of areas for about 40 years. So,
One thing that's very apparent in research around reading, particularly for boys, is that they're much more likely to engage with reading if they see a male role model at home engaging with reading as well. Even better than that is if boys are given opportunities to read at home, read with those male role models, and are provided with an opportunity to discuss what they've been reading. So not only do they benefit from the reading, but they also build stronger ties and relationships with that male role model and enjoy looking at different perspectives of the world and how the world works.
my first memory goes back to they're young, they're toddlers, they're infants, and we snuggle on the lounge and the picture book comes out, and there is an awe, there is a wonder about how that story can be in a book, yet it creates a whole new world for them. And that they are beautiful memories of that time.
It's like so captivating. Like you just can't stop flipping over the pages trying to see what the story is. Like, oh, my character's still alive, or like who won this battle, or who is the killer, or stuff like that. So pretty much with those books, it's like an ongoing interrogation with the author.
We read for the benefit of understanding our world to a more, I don't know, a more insightful level. And I love the fact that we can discuss books now and realise that we are in a better position to perhaps function in our world, and our capacity for empathy is definitely enhanced.
Reading is obviously a big area that builds all skills in literacy. It's, you know, everything from spelling to sentence structure to grammar and punctuation, and from that we become better communicators. So I often talk about literacy being communication at its core. And if you can't do those basic things, you struggle to get what's in your head out of your mouth or onto a piece of paper. So it's incredibly important. In an attempt to get more boys reading, we're setting up a father and son book club at St Paul's. So we're going to start off by reading a book by Bear Grylls, which a lot of the boys will probably know already from his TV series, Man vs. Wild. And it's a book about his trip to the top of Mount Everest. It's a really good read. It's a pretty simple read, but it covers all the difficulties he goes over, the struggles to reach the summit, the injuries he overcame, and it's pretty gripping actually. It's a real page turner, so I think the boys would really enjoy it. There'll be some more information coming out about that over the school website, through the newsletter, and we'll try and even get some information out over Facebook. So after the boys have read the book and someone at home has read it with them or had a chance to discuss it with them, we'll invite everyone into school for a free barbecue early next term where we can talk about the book and the book club experience. I'm really looking forward to it.